Hey, it's BessieLB and I am back again with another product review. Today I'm going to be discussing something for the ladies, and I think it's going to be one of those products that the ladies would love to hear about. Now, I think over the less than probably a decade, it's become a big hot commodity for this product. And I know between my friends and I, and just other people out there that wonder, can this product help me? Can it not? So today we're going to discuss the Flex Reusable Menstrual Disc, okay? So the keywords is that it is reusable and it's a disc. There's a difference. I know you guys have probably heard of the cups. You've heard of the disc now. I think the cups were initially the first thing that became a hot commodity, and then the disc was another thing. And I'm not saying this is new, right? These are things that I'm sure have been around for some time, but probably wasn't as big as it is now. So there's a difference between a cup and there's a difference between a disc, okay? And then there's the difference between the reusable disc and a disposable disc. So I saw the ranting and raving online about this, and I saw that Flex had like heavy advertisement. I'm like, you know what? Let me just go on and try it. Now, my hesitation, y'all, about this has always been, I'm a person with a heavy flow, right? So let's just be clear. This video is going to be some information. So if that's not for you, then you probably don't want to stay for the rest of the review. But this video does carry a lot of information because I want it to be as helpful to another consumer out there as it has been for me. So the point is that what I decided to try is the reusable menstrual disc. The reason why I tried that is going back into me saying that my flows are heavy. On average, I'd say I use super tampons, and I always line my underwear with like a pad. If I decide I don't want to use tampons, because over the years I really had tried to go away from using tampons, just because sometimes for me, I feel like my vaginal walls is working harder than it needs to. I feel like your vagina is a powerful thing, y'all. So ladies, let's just make this clear. Your vagina is a very, very powerful tool. You hear what I'm saying? And to keep you healthy and fresh and all that stuff, it's working. It's always working and moving. And I feel like when it's your period time, you're already like exhausting yourself trying to release this leftover egg you decided it's not going to be used. It's get rid of it. That's a lot of work on just your lower area. And I feel like when you're trying to hold in a tampon, that makes it 10 times harder, because now you're dealing with it holding in the tampon, you're having cramps, and then I feel like as soon as you relieve the tampon, and ladies, comment below and tell me if you can relate, right? Because we're going to be real transparent in this. I feel like as soon as you relieve the tampon, your vagina just feels like it's just like, ah. It's kind of like, y'all, when you take off your bra at the end of the day, and you're like, ah. That's exactly what it feels like. So I felt like, you know what? I'm going to try to lay off, especially during the pandemic. I really started this. I wanted to lay off from using tampons as much as possible and just using different size pads to be able to help me with my flow. Now, on a normal given day, if I do use tampons, I would say if it's super, I can easily on like day 2 to 4, because my period lasts me 5 days, day 2 to 4, I can easily go through at least anywhere between 4 to 6 or so tampons in a day. And that's just a lot. It's a lot of changing and this and changing it. It's too much. So I was like, I really don't think that a disc could do anything to help me, but let me try it out. So finally, the Flex company decided to come out with the 12-hour comfort reusable disc. And I was like, okay, this is really cool. So let's just discuss some of what's inside of this package. You get one reusable disc, right? It is 100% reusable, and it has a capacity, y'all. They say that they have a capacity of 6 super tampons. 6 plus super tampons, okay? I'm like, this is perfect for me. If it holds this much, this is what I'm looking for. And it says for first-time disc users and pros with light or heavy flows. That is what this is for. Designed to reduce cramps, helps prevent vaginal dryness, made of hyperallergenic body-safe material, not linked to toxic shock syndrome, TSS. For those of you that's wondering what that is, do your research on TSS, toxic shock syndrome. But basically, it's like that. It can lead to that feeling too. I don't believe that I've ever really had it, but I think I might have slightly had it, where when you're using tampons that's not organic, let's just get into that. When you're using tampons that's not organic, these companies are putting all kinds of stuff, scents and every other chemical in there that they should not be getting. So please, ladies, if you're going to stick to tampons, try to use the organic tampons. Don't use the scented stuff. Just straightforward tampons, because I felt like when I was using other leading brands that weren't organic, I felt like during my menstrual, it would feel like I would have more cramps every time I inserted a tampon. It feel like, again, my vagina's just working double time just to kind of like, you know, hold in this tampon. And I felt like I would get like these weird, just like cramps and heavy situations going on. And I was like, it has to be the tampon. When I switched to organic tampon years ago, I felt the big difference. So let's just start there. If you want to go from non-organic and just the everyday whatever tampons, try to switch to organic. I promise you will feel the difference. But if you're really bold, then you want to get into this flex disc. So this is a gynecologist recommended, FDA registered, and inside of this box, mine did come with 2 free single-use menstrual discs. So as I was saying, this one that I ordered is the reusable one, but the inside is, it came with a sample of a disposable one. So the disposable one comes in this package, and the reusable one is this. Now, I have used this, but I have washed it, but I mean, you know, I want to show y'all. This is the disc, and you can purchase a reusable, this is the disc, and you can purchase soap. That's what I was going to say. There's soap that they sell, but I've found the best of luck using this with like a Dr. Bronner's. Now, I don't use it and then put it up. You know, I clean it thoroughly with that at the end of my cycle, but I am washing this throughout my cycle. And yes, this is mine, so yes, I'm touching all over it because I really want to show y'all how this goes. So what you want to do is there are instructions, okay? First of all, let's just rewind. It comes in this cute little packaging that you can use to hold it in. So that's what I have this inside of. And when I'm not using it, I store it inside of there. And then it also comes with the same directions, guys. Excuse the sound. The same directions that you would get on the website. It comes with very detailed, y'all. Very detailed. How to insert it. How to remove it. How to feel comfortable with it. How to just kind of like insert it in different ways. Toilet, standing, all this stuff. It comes with all the information about troubleshooting, warnings, important signs, all these things to keep up with. And I keep this because I feel like it's a little like Bible to keep on hand. But there are videos or little clips on their website that you can check out. But the basics of how I'm going to tell y'all how this works. This is the disc. This is where your period fluid will sit, right? The disc has a little notch. See if y'all can kind of see it. The disc has a little notch here. And that's the part that you bend. And you would put upwards on the inside. So it tells you here, the notch is here. And it says pinch the disc in half. Ensure that the notch is pointing upwards, right? That is the part that goes inside of you. Once it's going up, you're pinching it, right, guys? And it's literally going through the vagina. And by the time it gets behind the pelvic bone, which is this, eventually it'll open itself out and pop open, right? So then it's sitting inside of you like that. And that's a perfect way, right? Imagine my hand here is the tunnel of the vagina and it's sitting behind this last finger, which is the pelvic bone, right? This is how it's sitting inside of you. Obviously not straight out that way, but it's sitting kind of like downwards. And to move my hand so you can see, the blood is flowing, right, into this cup. This is the part that's more so going downwards towards the vagina. As you're bleeding, it's going inside of this cup. And what happens is when you're pushing down on the toilet to go use the bathroom, every time you go to the bathroom, it will release some blood inside of the toilet. All of this information is on the website, so don't feel like you got to run and go and take notes, because this is all on the website, and this is all what they tell you will happen, and this is all what I've experienced. As you use the bathroom, this cup is discarding some of the blood fluid that sits inside of here. And then after the 12 hours, so now I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I've had this in for a little bit longer than 12 hours. But I do at least put it in the morning. Take it out at night, wash it, do all this stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, I do put it back in because I don't want to go to sleep with like a tampon. But then it's like I don't want to go out throughout my day with a tampon either. So I personally use it all day long, but I do take it out to clean it, give myself a little bit of a rest, and then I'll put it back in. When you take it out, guys, one of the most important things I want to say is when you take it out, it tells you to use your finger. You're going to latch onto this rim. You're going to feel this rim internally. You will feel it. And you would pull it down, and eventually it comes out like this. And then it's whole. Now be careful, because if you're pulling it out, and you know you're pulling it downwards and it's coming out, the last thing you want this to do is all over the place, dump all over the place. You don't want that. You don't want to sling it out and blood's going everywhere. Y'all get where I'm coming from with this. So I suggest, this is my suggestion, if you can spread your legs wide enough on the toilet to pull it out and make sure that it releases into the toilet, great. For some of us ladies that got thunder thighs, like myself, it's a little bit harder because you're trying to spread your thighs, trying to get it out, all this stuff. This may sound disgusting, but I'm going to just keep it real. I live alone, so it doesn't really make a difference to me. But if you need to release this in the shower, that's completely up to you. I personally have used it in the shower. I thoroughly clean my shower after the fact, you know, so there's not blood everywhere, obviously. But I find it easier to release it out into the shower, and I'll even hop out the shower and like pour it in the toilet. So that way I'm not like pouring blood down the drain. I'm pouring it in the toilet. And then at least when I'm taking my shower, I can thoroughly wash it with my body wash and all that kind of stuff. But it makes me comfortable to feel like it's not going to go flinging and swinging all over the place. And then, you know, of that nature. So I would say do further research on how to use it. But all in all, this product is really good. I definitely feel like it's a go. I definitely feel like they stand with their 6+ pads, or I mean tampons, sorry, for people with heavier flows. I love that this is reusable. There is the disposable one. I have not tried it, but I'm sure that's perfect if you want to carry it when you're traveling, you know, for emergencies or anything of that nature. My little sister, I tried to get her into this product as she's a teenager, and I'm trying to teach her about, you know, these different things and stuff like that. So I have explained it all to her just in case she's interested in any of the products. I've told my friends about it in case they're interested in the product. If y'all have more questions, feel free to comment below and ask me, right? I didn't want to spend this whole video trying to put in so much details because there's just so much stuff that I could have relayed to you all. But that's the gist of how you use it. That's how I feel about it. I literally don't feel like it's inside. Honestly, guys, if you insert it the right way, you shouldn't feel it. You shouldn't feel like, oh my God, is this thing inside? You know, it shouldn't be any of that. It shouldn't be any uncomfort. I mean, it was pretty easy compared to what I thought it would be. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop it below. I didn't want to overload you guys with too much information in this video. Hopefully this helps make your deciding factor on if you want to try the disc or if you want to try the cup. I haven't tried the cup. I've only tried the disc, but I would say for the heavy flow people, the disc is probably a better way to go. It does discard on its own. The cup doesn't. And so yeah, try this disc out if you like, and then please let me know if your experience was as great as mine. Thank you.